Top Democrats say President Trump walked out of a meeting with congressional leaders to discuss an end to the government shutdown. Now, in a tweet, President Trump seemed to back up House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's claim that once it was clear Democrats would not agree to fund the wall, he walked out. Meanwhile, President Trump says the Republican Party is unified in their commitment to funding the wall. However, Republican Senator Lisa Murkowski has joined a handful of senators saying they're open to a plan that opens parts of the government that have nothing to do with the wall. So I have to bring in my 360 View panel, and we bring in Georgia State Representative Erica Thomas and GOP strategist Alfredo Rodriguez. Thank you so much for joining me. Okay, Erica, last night we heard a 9-minute speech, primetime speech by the president that said, I invite Democrats to come talk about this with me tomorrow. And then he walks out of the meeting. What do you make of this?
You know, Trump, in his own words, said that this meeting was a waste of time. And it's crazy because 800,000 Americans are now in furlough or not getting paid at all. And when you think about that, that's not a waste of time. And you should take your time, at least 10 minutes or more out of your time, to try to negotiate so that these people can get back to work. I know that this wall is very important to him, but if he wants to make America great again, Americans have to be just as well.
Okay, so that's the thing. Alfredo, you're talking about in negotiations, though, and the Democrats are time and time again saying, regardless, we're not going to give you money for a wall, a concrete barrier, a steel fence, whatever you want to call it, we're not going to give you a wall. So are Democrats not budging either? And is that what's causing the president's frustrations?
Well, the Democrats are just stonewalling. You know, these are efforts and funds that they have supported in the past. They've supported border security, and now just because President Trump is asking for this money to protect our citizens, they're stonewalling and reneging on their negotiations. It's a travesty. We're not even halfway through January, and how many American citizens have been harmed and killed by illegal immigrants in this country? It's time for Democrats to step up, and let's go ahead and fund this border security effort, and let's go ahead and fund this wall, and get serious about protecting America and Americans.
But you know,
it's funny that he says that. Mm-hmm. I mean, the numbers. When you look at the numbers, you know, how many Americans? That question is asked. You know, yes, 100 since 1980, the immigration has gone up 118%. But guess what? Violent crimes have gone down 36%. So tell me how many Americans are being harmed, opposed to how many Americans are out of work right now. So what is the real issue? You know, $5.6 billion is a lot of money. And if Democrats are saying no, that money needs to go towards other things that are more detrimental to this country, then yes, that is what needs to happen. And I think Republicans are saying that too.
Well, that's the thing, Erica, and that's the one thing Republicans and Democrats are saying that I find to be very frustrating right now, because Republicans, like Alfredo just said, Democrats said this and said the exact same thing, and then the Democrats are saying, well, Republicans said this. I mean, it is going both ways. Everybody is pulling back lines from the past to try to make a point, and it's obviously not working for either party because we're 3 weeks into this debate. So going forward, Erica, yes, it is a little bit, but is it right now not costing Americans to be more to have the government shut down than it is necessarily to build a wall? So why wouldn't Democrats say, you know what, here's your wall, we're going to give you the money, it's costing us more to be closed every day than it is necessarily just to give you what you obviously are aiming for?
You know what? You know, it's funny that you say that. It is about the numbers. It's all about the numbers. If you can come to a negotiation room and say, you know what? These are the numbers. These are how many violent crimes are happening. These are how many people are getting killed. And then look at this is how much it's going to cost. The numbers don't add up. You can't say that you need $5.6 billion and then on the other hand say this is why we need it. There's no numbers out there. You know, this is like a myth. I mean, we keep hearing that we need it, we need it, we need it, but we don't need it. What we need to do is use that $5.6 billion to help fund Medicaid expansion, all different types of things that Americans are asking for every single day. And look, it's 51% of Americans are saying that Trump is the reason for this shutdown, and it's not Democrats.
Well, Alfredo Rodriguez, isn't this a reason, though, that Republicans are standing so strong on it, saying the long-term costs that those are in this country that are not paying into the system, these undocumented illegals in this country are paying, that's costing Americans too in the long term. So we're going to deal with this now instead of kicking the can down the aisle. Is that possible? What other reasons are Republicans continuing to stand strong on this fight?
Because Republicans are for border security. Republicans are for the sovereignty of our country. Republicans are for protecting America and Americans. And let's be very clear about this. There is no price tag for the mother or father that loses a child. There is no price tag for the husband or wife that loses a spouse to an illegal immigrant who's here illegally and has committed violent crimes in the past, and we're not able to go ahead and protect them from these tragedies. There is no price tag, whether it's $5.6 billion or more. We need to protect our country, we need to protect our citizens, and we need to secure our border. And that's all that President Trump and Republicans are asking for.
There's also no price tag to the 800,000 American families that are going without lights right now, that can't pay their mortgages, that can't get their school lunch
because
money.
Democrats are holding them hostage
right now.
The one thing is
Democrats refuse to negotiate.
Well, that's the thing. Erica, Alfredo, the one thing we can agree on is this is costing both parties a lot of political clout and
all
trust
of Americans,
going
it's
forward.
costing all of us.
And all of us. Thank you for joining us.
Hey YouTube, thanks for checking out our channel. We hope you enjoyed the video. We have tons of content for you just like this. For more of RT America's one-of-a-kind news and analysis, be sure to subscribe and never stop questioning more.